Okay, this is problem number 3 in 7-7, just a review of periods. Sine and cosine are 2 pi over b, therefore their reciprocals, which are cosecant and secant, would have the same period. Tangent's pi over b, its reciprocal would be cotangent. This is the cosecant graph, and that's what this particular problem is keying into. To me, the easiest way to graph a cosecant is to graph the strategic points of the sine, or graph the sine graph and see what happens. Where the sine crosses the x-axis is where these asymptotes are going to appear. If the sine is high, then you're going to have what looks like a little parabola going up. When the sine is low, you're going to have a little parabola going down. Now, the actual problem for number 3, you've got an amplitude and a period change. You've got A is 5 and B is 1/4 in dealing with these. So, let's see what we end up with. If the period is 2 pi divided by b, that's 8 pi, and your amplitude is absolute 5. Now, if you look at each one of these and imagine what's on the inside, if you imagine what was on the inside, that would be a negative cosine graph. This would be a positive cosine graph because it's high. Here, looks like we're going down before we go up, so that would be a negative cosecant. This is the only one that could be a positive cosecant. And the period is 8 pi. 0, 8 pi. That's a full period, an up and a down. So that's the period, that's the period. So D is your best answer here. The x and y axes are all the same, so that's not going to do anything for you. You can eliminate A and B because the insides would be a cosine graph. Then we eliminated C because it would have been a negative sign, so your correct answer is D. Now, they want you to find the domain. So basically that means you want to know where the asymptotes are. Well, we had an asymptote at 4 pi, 8 pi. In the negative direction, -4 and -8. So if you substitute -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, because you did have one at 0 also, you're looking for this to happen every 4 pi. So which one has the 4 pi involved in it? Is C. So your correct answer is C. Now they want the range. The range is a little bit trickier when you get ready for the secant and cosecant. And why would it be trickier? Well, the main reason it's going to be trickier is because it's not all real numbers and it's not between two numbers. It's going away. Notice it's going from here on up and it goes from here down. Well, range runs from bottom to top. So the lowest number that it can be is negative infinity, and the highest number it's going to be is 5. That's directly related to that amplitude. And then we go up to the top. The lowest that is at 5, and it goes on to infinity. So there's nothing between -5 and +5. C is the best answer. And then that's the only one that's in 2 parts anyway. So you should be able to conclude it from that just by the idea that it is there. All right, questions? Hopefully this has kind of helped you, but think of sine to graph cosecant. Think of cosine for secant.